personally.
I'm gonna have to do this entirely on the sword. I'm also eating some garlic bread. Garlic bread! I just don't understand how he's doing the shape.
You can do this with soft brushes, you can do this with hard brushes, wet brushes, dry brushes, air brushes, it doesn't matter. As long as you experiment, try and find a good way that works. Now, the main sources, the main reflections on this metal piece are now pretty much done. My last little stylized...
I don't know why the video always breaks.
I don't know what you would call them. Little check marks. Slashes.
No.
But you might notice there's a couple other alignments here to consider. For example, we've got this darker area here. Now it'll work the exact same way on the dark parts of the metal. So let's get into that a bit. Let's see what's going on here. Grab the dark part and give it an interesting shape to start with.
But why is that dark? The light source is from above. In light source.
We'll just do the same thing we did with the light part. Just cut into it. We'll try and find cool way to show off that dark part.
Actually, I'm only now understanding my metal, like the shape of the arm. Interesting.
Above and beyond to follow the rules of the material that you've given yourself. So for example, this one has that little lip right there. Let's just clean that edge up a bit.
I'm gonna do it with a hard brush, I think, to see.
Blend the color out. This one didn't need too much because we already had a lot of the area blended.
Blend.
I said blend. So many times in my life I used the word blend. It's wrong every time, I will add, but it doesn't take away from the fact that it's kind of fun to say.
This is so much better. This brush is so much better.
follow along our predetermined sort of shape that we set for ourselves.
Steve. Just realized.
Now what's cool about metal is sometimes it gets pitted. The term pitted means when rust or something else digs into metal. And that's what happens when you see those metal with those like it's like pock marks everywhere, right? Almost like the metal has acne. Like cast iron stoves. It's a fantastic example. That's when there's pitting. So it makes little pits. See what I'm saying? See what they did there? It's not me. Don't blame me. It's not my term. That's the term. Pitted. So you don't have, if you got the, depending on the brush, you really don't have to clean up the blending too much. See, for example, this brush has a little bit of a texture to it. It's perfectly fine to just keep it that way if you want.
He just made it look so easy, and it's just not. But he doesn't have any line art. I'm thinking now I'm gonna have to not have line art. Because now it's like, look at it, it's becoming a bit too realistic. Although it's actually pretty cool that it looks like that. And also I'm gonna try it with the blue, like, lines.
It's a little more dark over here on this side. Okay, so now we're seeing a much more, you could say, living piece of metal. It's more, not only is it reacting to a more natural lighting scenario, but it also has some stylized reflections of light involved, which makes it, I think, a little more interesting to look at and more fun to do, honestly. It's one of the reasons I love doing metal so much, especially in this particular style. So let's clean this up a little more. We've got the basic shape, we've got the basic reflections.
You have a blending brush?
All the groundwork taken care of. So you can see we started with just the basic shape, and then we added.
Oh my god, I have a blending brush.
And how it reacts to light. Now this is just white.
This one.
The kind of blue that was already there. So it fits really well in this scenario, where it's just gray, nothing really going on. But we add the more brown, like sand or dirt, and then I've also had this little shot of light, just to give us more stuff to play with. Let's make it react to its current scenario now. Now it's got color beneath it and around it. And when there's metal with color beneath it and around it, you've got to make it respond to that. For example, with this one here, there was color beneath the metal, and it has to respond to that. Especially seeing as the color beneath it is a light source. That's a big one. Metal responds very intensely to light sources because it's so reflective. Now this is only going to have to worry about bounce light. So the light comes down, hits the dirt or the sand, and bounces up. And what it bounces up as is pretty much the color of whatever's around here. So let's add a little layer. Let's grab that. So because the light's coming down, hitting the sand, we'll call it sand, hitting the sand and bouncing back up, it's going to be on the underside of the metal.
Eyeballs are not working right. What do I do? What do I do? Oh, he's just got such a beautiful texture to it, and I just have none. So maybe I should add some texture to it. I have.
Doesn't necessarily have to be very uniform.
Where is my grainy sketchy paint? Nope, that's not good enough. Those are the same.
So we gave that part right there a bit of a sandy tint to it. So the underside of every piece of metal, or the outside.
It's not what I need.
If it's going to get much direct access to
Ooh.
See, it's a nice solid plane right there. It's a flat part. Now, remember how we
What?
said
I didn't
this
even know these were separate pieces.
kind of starts right here, dips in, and comes out. The spot right here is in the shadow, but because it's not facing the light source, but it is facing the bounce light.
We did not separate these.
We need to give it some reflections that depict the direction that it's facing. See what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's kind of cool. We'll have to make sure that we blend this properly because it has a little bit of a curve to it. It's not going to just go from straight one color to the other. Because there's that curve in the middle, blending right here is pretty much necessary.
Oh, he's made it so beautiful.
There we have another opportunity to make this edge a little rough. Don't make too uniform. Make little dashes and dots, almost like Morse code.
You know, I feel like I have done this, approached this completely wrong.
Color on the side a bit. Never be afraid of the pixels. You are in control. If you mess up, just paint over it. It's just like real paint. Still find it funny how some people don't consider this paint. If you haven't run into that yet, you will. There's people out there that are like, yeah, but it's not paint. You're not painting if it's not paint. It's just a term for the techniques, bruh. Just a term for the techniques. I'm gonna turn this a bit so it's easier on my hands. I'm getting old. Sounds blending. Now it's easy to blend with a soft brush, so let's just do that real quick. Drop the opacity a bit. It's just harder to control the edges. So grab the color we want. See how easy that is?
I mean, it's cool.
Soft brush. Nice smooth.
I have so much metal to render.
See what happens there. The edge is hard to control. See, make sure you
This bit up here is beautiful.
soft brush work very well. Alright, back to the hard brush. Let's grab that color. Backside a bit of love. That's all backside should get, I think.
This guy.
And finally, this little lip that we made. Trying to get that line just right. That's good. Good start. Good work. High fives. High fives all around. Huddle up. I played sports. Actually, I did play some sports. But I mostly did band and powerlifting.
He's a bit weird, and I like that.
Okay, so now we've got the basic reflections of the basic environment. So, if you would like, you can also consider if, for example, if this is not just a flat plane and, you know, the sand goes up on hills or whatever around the piece of metal on the ground, it's also not far-fetched to assume that it can be reflected up like that. This is something that I really enjoy doing. Because remember, this side is facing down compared to the rest of the armor. So it's going to get a lot